Hey guys, in today's episode we're going to give you a quick rundown on how we installed the flooring here. We're not going to do a full tutorial since there's plenty of them out there on YouTube that you could look up. Our van came with a floor liner that we're able to use as a template, so we just unscrewed it from the floor, took it out of the van, went to Home Depot, bought some 3/4 inch ply. When we got home, we just lined it up with the floor liner that we took out of the van and marked out where the wheel wells are. So that worked as a template. It was very useful. Not all vans come with a floor liner, so your experience might vary. And basically we just mirrored the process on the other side. Did the same with insulation. We have 1-inch insulation under there. Once you put the plywood in place, make sure that you have a chalk line available so you can open the back door of the van, take a look as to where the ribbing of the van is on the floor, and just copy its location with a chalk line in a straight line right onto the plywood. It will make it a lot easier for you to drill into the right space. Once you mark the plywood with the chalk line, you'll know where the screws need to go. What we used are number 12 2-inch sheet metal screws like these. They worked very well. However, just make sure that you drill pilot holes wherever you're going to put the screws in. It works a lot better getting them in. Another good idea is to have 2 drill guns, so that way you don't have to keep on switching the drill bit for a fillet head bit, so that way you could screw in the screws. You don't have to do all that switching if you have 2 of them. Now when you're screwing in the sheet metal screws into the ribbing, I'm not really sure what it's called, so I just call it the ribs. If you guys know the proper term to what to call those pieces of metal that are underneath the floor, just drop it in the comments, educate me. Well, you want to make sure that you do not put too much force while drilling them in, because they could strip very easily. So it's always good to get the screw in most of the way, almost to the end, and then just screw it in by hand, so that way you don't have too much force on it, since they strip very easily. By being able to use the floor liner that came with the van as a template, we were able to get some really nice straight cuts where the wheel wells are, and to get all the corners right. If your van came with the floor liner pre-installed, make sure to take advantage of that. And here's the side profile view. So we have the 3/4 inch plywood and 1-inch insulation on the flooring, all in place. We just need to figure out if we're going to open up this step a little bit more, or are we going to let the kitchen come out all the way up to here. Now, just to remind you, we are not professionals, so if something goes wrong with your van, it wasn't us. We basically just copied the way this flow was done exactly as we saw it done on numerous YouTube videos, but your results might vary, especially if your van didn't come with a floor liner pre-installed. It might be a little bit harder to get all the cuts nice and straight. Okay, this is pretty much all for today. Leave us any comments that you might have. If you liked what you saw, please click subscribe, and a little bit later in the week we will be putting up a video on installation of a backup camera on the back brake light on the van, so keep a lookout for that. It should be out possibly tomorrow. Our previous video was on running the electric wiring inside the van. You could see it right here, and you could click subscribe right underneath it down here. Once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you just watched, please give us a like, and if you'd like to see more videos, just click subscribe.